Hey guys, Vikas here for live electronic music tutorials episode 345. I was gonna say 245, no, that was a while back. 345 guys, and today I'm gonna make you some melodic progressive house or progressive melodic house. I don't know which way around it is, but basically I really love to make melodic house, but really my primary electronic music love was really progressive house. So the roots of it's gonna be groovy. I'm gonna hear like a really groovy, like thumping bass line, and then on top of this I'm gonna lay some like melodic element that would be maybe a bit more mellow, a bit laid back, but I would still have the groove at 128 BPM, which is still faster than most melodic house these days, which is 122, maybe 125. And guys, if you want to know about what I do, I make those electronic music, live electronic music tutorials simply in real time. It's always in real time. I never cut anything. I will record the whole episode, and the track you hear right now is the result of this episode. So what I do when I'm done with this episode, I basically put in quite a few hours of work in the studio here with the sub, and I just make the track into a full track. That's a 4 or 5 minute track with the idea that I put down. So this part is putting down the ideas, which is going to be recording a bass line, recording melodies, layering the sound, putting really the idea. This is the creative process that I really like. After that, I do mix, arrange, and finish, put some drum fills, do some effects and things like that in the second stage that you won't see in this tutorial, guys, because sadly I cannot record all this because it would be way too long. And basically you can get the templates in the link below for Ableton, Logic Pro X, and FL Studio of the track you hear right now. It's still playing, hopefully it's good, maybe not. So this is the formula, guys. There's another 344 episode. They all include template, and I think I started around 250, something like that, to make templates for Ableton, Logic Pro X, and FL Studio. Before that, there was only Logic Pro X templates, but still, there's a whole lot of materials, guys. You have to check our site in the link below, rhythmicdancemusic.com. And let's get started, because I have this groovy bass line in my head that I really hope I'm going to be able to put down quickly with you guys. When it's there, when it's hot, you have to do it. So what I've done is I just did like a simple drum beat here. Very simple, basically kick, snare, hats. Kick on the beat, hats on the half beat, and snares in the middle of the beat. That's like the simplest kind of drum pattern. When you make music like me for 20 something years, it's just, you just do this, and then you lay things, and then you change and evolve. And about the creative process, for me, it's really is about, like I said, putting down an idea, and I use mostly Logic Pro X instruments to do so, because for me it just works. So let's try to find kind of a moogie. I think this works. It's a very, if you know Moog, this is a very moogie bass line. So this is the idea that I have for now. I'm going to quantize it quickly, quantize it, Control AQ, and I'm going to go straight into this. I might modify it. I'm likely going to modify it. So, So I'm missing one here at the start, actually. So I usually record kind of, for me, basic ideas, nothing too complex, and then I edit it. If you heard some tracks, you know this pattern. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. For me, it's fairly common. So usually I would continue it further here. It's basically about having the right spacing here with those two. And I can continue it a bit further here by having the right spacing again. So now we have almost the second grid full. I put it here again there. So if you maybe listen to Eric Prydz, I guess you know this pattern, because he used that in quite a few of his tracks. I guess the most, or sort of the most famous one, he used this pattern, this exact kind of bass pattern. Which is not really hard to do, as you can hear. I'm gonna put a compressor in there, immediately sidechain it with my kick to pump, of course, the bass. Fast attack, fast release, very high ratio, very big compression, you know, without. It's a bit more static with. I could go even further. I feel that with it, I don't need to have that much volume with the compressor. It just really stands out. If I remove it, it's a bit more, it's less present. So let's join those two here, make it into a full sequence, and have a look at how. I like the fact that I have a little bit of a delay on there, so it works. I think the transition, oh, this key is actually off a little bit. That's better. So this is why it was a bit odd, at least in my view or in my ears, so that's better. There's already a delay on it, so I'm gonna have a look into, I think something happened there. The electricity kind of, it's just this is quite a storm outside, so can add a bit of delay here. Can crank it. I like a bit of noise too, you can hear that right away. A little bit too. A bit wider. No, not really. Drive? Could be. No. So what we're missing, I think really right away, it's like a kind of a groovy shaker. You know, everything is there, but it's just, it feels, you know, a little bit kind of, that's could be good if it's a little bit more. That you can do in different ways. I will show you how I do it personally. So I do this and then I put in a delay. So I go into delay, I do a sample delay. So I will slightly delay the left and the right, let's say 10 millisecond, 10 millisecond, oh, I decided 20, then 20 there and 10 here. And then I will mix it up. It's not what I was looking for, guy. So I put the 20 millisecond delay and it didn't. Ah, that's better. I'm trying to have the shakers to be a little bit off, and then I will also send them before I do this to some delay time here. Let's see it. With a little bit more feedback. So they have a bit more like of an organic feel, it's not completely static. So I like this bass line, but I still think it needs some work. I would just drop the filter even more. I'm gonna copy this and I'm just gonna browse to see. Nothing in there for us, guys. You can still play. It's quite rich here. If I go too far there now. Delay time. Better. A little bit of it like a kind of a swirly kind of echo thing. I think what I'd like to do next is to add a bit of texture to it by using an EQ, which is Logic Vintage Tube Stereo. This is a preset that's quite good, big synth. Now we really got like more vibrant kind of chunky sound, I will actually use it. I'll put it after. I put it before the comp, so the compressor will compress after. Not such a big difference, but still important. So what I feel would be cool right away by continuing, and I'm gonna do a bus send. I'm gonna create this bus send. I'm gonna add a silver verb, which is my favorite. Sorry, I'm mixing language a little bit these days. Grandiose here. Go into Alchemy. Hit some sharp keys and record something. If I play those very lightly, so with the really like kind of very smooth, I'm gonna bring the velocity, of course, because the velocity is what we're playing with here to create a nice smooth. I think I started somewhere like here. Like this last key. Let's create a sequence, join those two pieces here. So I created some kind of an ARP, I would say. I would call it maybe a bit more. Let's build it a little bit in the middle here. So instead of using a filter, what I'm doing is I'm basically using the velocity of the keys to make it more interesting. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to use my compressor that I set here for the bass. I'll compress that too. I'm going to even go one step further. I'm going to take the compressor, I'm going to send it to my silver verb channel. So I will compress the reverb signal and put the ratio even higher, like 8:1. And I will remove a little bit. I'm gonna go into my reverb channel next. I'm gonna EQ it, cut the low end. I really don't want any artifacts from the low, because the low in electronic music is what you really want to keep and protect. So now let's move forward a little bit with the track. We have a little bit of segment here. I think I would change the key. I think it will go down. Let's say maybe 2 semitone. Maybe the last beat here, I would bring it here. I'm not sure, but we'll give it a try. Not bad, not bad. Seemed to work. And then let's join these. I like to have my MIDI join in a fairly large section, and this type of track at least, so I can change as the track evolves. I'm gonna take this channel here, I'm gonna take the MIDI from there. gonna create a simple chord progression from these keys. I mean, this is very basic. But chord progression, not even a chord progression, just a simple chord. We're gonna see about the progression a little bit later. What I'm looking for is just some stab. Not with this, because this is exactly what I use for my keys up there. So what I'm gonna do is did I deleted the bass? That's not good. I'm gonna go back. I thought I copied it, but obviously I didn't. So I copied it. I'm gonna copy this one again. I'm gonna do what I just did here, book, and then straight. And then we're gonna redo this process yet again. It's kind of cool, this stringy kind of paddy thing there. Give it a bit more length. Then we're gonna select something else, of course, because this is not the type of sound we're looking for. Let's say keys more than anything, like bellsy kind of. I think I'm a bit low here. Quite cool. I like that, this is cool. I would add probably a delay on there too. Like a very slow kind of delay here. I'm gonna go delay. Not sure, echo I think would be sufficient. Color, like full on. I just want to echo. Kind of like the feel of that. So I think it's great until the key change. When the key changes, I kind of lose a little bit of the vibe, so I think I will change the key too. I'm not sure it's gonna work the way I want it to work, but I'll still give it a try. Yep, that's much better. One can check a little bit more into this. So now 128 BPM, like a bit of a groove kind of starting to build in here for sure. Definitely, you know, what should go in there next is definitely like either a texture or a pad. So I would do a texture, but I would do a very basic texture with just the root key here. Nothing too crazy, but in Alchemy you have some sound effect and soundscapes that are just ridiculous. So I really like this synth for that, because when you're looking for some richness, something to make your tracks different, that works every time. You can hear already that it's a bit mad, it's a bit much, because I have a lot of delays and a lot of effect. That is very cool. So when you add element like that to your track, you really add dimension, you know? Music is great, but having that sparsely into the track would really bring, you know, it's gonna make your track different, you know, for the listener that really knows. And progressive house is really about this, like really about pushing a little bit the envelope of just using some elements. No, you want texture, you want richness, you want depth. I think I'll drop a little bit more percussions in there to let's say ramble it up a little bit. Siren, bleep, bleep, scoop. The scoop thing could be good. No, not quite that, and not quite at that frequency, I would say, but we'll go down a little bit. That you would really kind of feel on the dance floor. I think I would also, a ride could be cool on the beat. I would say put it close to the root key at least. I think I'm going to put it on the beat instead, so it will complement the hat. I got the wrong, oh, this was the scoop. Let's do this again. I think it was better higher. Don't necessarily like this so much. Yep. Uh-oh. Sorry guys, I did my save reflex thing. Like when I started liking the track, my old back in the days reflexes, it save all the time because I don't want it to lose the track, but now don't need to do that anymore. Control A, color region by track, name region by tracks, and that's it. That's a start to a track for sure. The ride is a bit much there. Now, we have a bit of texture. We have this. I think I'm gonna play some pad on top of it. I'm not sure what will come out of it, but we need to add something in there. And I feel in the mid lows I might be able to enter something. A bit. Okay, that is a little bit too trippy. That sounds good if we bring it. I wonder if I don't want this to follow the bass pattern. Of course, not exactly. Not quite in this order. I think I'll bring it up. Because the keys are quite appropriate for that. And if we sidechain it and we make it really to fit into the story we're building with this song, I think it's gonna work very well. This might... Oh yeah, I would bring that here too. Let's hear it. I like it a lot, but I still want to explore a little bit, so I saved it, of course. Dark one, very, very good. Let's listen. Yeah, and the mix, extraordinary. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure there's no low end that is going through. I'm gonna start building a bit of a track for you guys. As I said in the intro, this is mostly the creative process, so this is not where I get to do the track, this is where I get the ideas down. This is a different flow than, let's say, the arrangement and the mixing flow. For me, those are completely different things. So the creative part is this: lay down some element, let the juice flow, don't think too much. Let's say first melody, second, you know, MIDI editing, third sound design a little bit of mixing to make sure it fits within the track now, but I'm gonna remix it completely a little bit later, so not a big deal. After that, what I like to do is to take my elements and mute them. So let's say the track is great. Let's say without this, will it work? Yep, that'd work. Let's say we want to cut the bass at some point. Sound like an ending, so I mean, it's still doable. Let's say we decide to, like I said earlier, go creative, change the bass. So I'm gonna do more like a kind of Reese style bass pad-ish thing, and I'm gonna bring it down an octave here. I'm gonna go to my sound. So this is without the hit, I'm not sure. I'm gonna do a Reese, fine one, sorry. This is steam. I think I'm a bit low even for that. No, I was actually good. Let's see the second one. Ooh, that's huge. Indeed. Let's see what else we got. I do like the original here. Let's compare it to the other bass. See, that's nice. I think there might be a part in the track that's going to use this too. Let's say in the breakdown. So we try to take it easy. Drop some of the elements here. Intro or something, then here. Take the cutoff here, put that into touch. Do a simple arrangement here, showing off the automations. I'm basically just bringing it to the level where it was, but slower. So it's not full all the time. Then we're gonna cut it again. Try to bring it down every time a little bit more. Create a certain dynamic. Because the elements will obviously evolve, the other elements, so. I like this bass, let's listen to it. Ooh, it's chunky, for sure. So what are we missing? That little melody, let's bring it all back with this bass line for now. Our particles here, some bells hits, nice progression. I think I would attempt to add an ARP using those keys here. Oop, yeah, that should be right in here. A longer chord hit. Go in here. Go. I think I'll use Alchemy. I do something like this. Definitely some work. Let's hear what we're working with. Let's clean it. There's a bit too much verb in there for sure. I think I would say I'm too high. I mean, not me, but the notes. That's gonna be better in this track. Again, clean the low end. Very important for me at least. I would recommend that to you too. It's not that I don't like the ARP, I think it's like I don't like the sequence, so we'll have to do something else. So I have quite a bit of choice here. Something a bit more. Close enough. No, I don't want something like this marching beat. that I start to like. Let's hear it in the mix. Play it properly. Hard, I would say, to fit it in there. A bit less compression definitely helps, so it's a bit less pumpy and a bit more fluid. I think I would even remove more. I think it's a bit too spiky in the sense that the plucks are hitting a bit too hard. I would like them to be smoother, so I think I'll just play with the attack. Much better. So alright guys, I think this is gonna be it for episode 345 of Your Live Electronic Music Tutorial. I say yours because it's yours, guys. I'm making it for you. So you get to see the process, get to hear what's happening in real time. You can also listen to it as a podcast, which people actually really start to getting into. So after 340 something, so you can get it on Apple Music Podcasts. You can get it on Spotify too if you want to watch a video on YouTube. Everywhere, guys. And until next time, may the sounds be with you.